No, thank you, Neil. I appreciate what you do to help businesses and everybody that helps businesses grow. And I thought this was a nice opportunity to and this is just for Curtis. I wanted to talk about multi-factor authentication today a little bit, which is exciting. Now, this is not, I don't want to talk about boring IT stuff because what we do in the background, so we do IT for businesses. So we keep their networks running, we keep them secure, 50, 100, 200, 300 person companies to help them mature their businesses, keep their businesses going so that they stay secure. But 21 years ago, my wife and I started the business and had no idea how to run a business. I became unemployed thanks to the dot-com bust. Spent 10 years in the Army, got out, went to work for a software company, and then stood it up with no clue what I was doing. We didn't have the stuff that they have now to help people start their businesses. And so it wasn't until about 8 years in, when I'm doing the tech work, I enjoy that. I hate billing people. My wife tells me to go get a job, and I didn't want to do that. So then I found a business coach and helped me figure out things like valuation and processes and systems and all this stuff to run the business. And it fit right into what we do in IT to help people run their businesses and to keep them secure so they get the most value out of it. And we're going through this exercise, and what you're saying is you get the most value out of your business when it doesn't need you anymore. So like Dr. John's business doesn't need Gail anymore. I guess, does it need you, Dr. John? Or are you just off fishing and smoking smoking fish?
Of course they do.
So, but I want to go travel and have adventures, right? And so we've gotten the business now to a point where I've got a COO, we've got systems in place, we have the documentation that IT allows us to do, that we've got the security that I can leave and not worry that the business is going to blow up, that if it does blow up, if we do get ransomware, that we can back out of it because we've got good security in place. And I don't want to sell the business quite yet, Rob. I know you want me to, so you can, but I think I want to go play a little bit. And so this summer, my wife and I we spent a week in Alaska, 2 weeks in Montana, a week in Germany, a week and a half in Hawaii, a week in Daytona Beach, and about 4 days in DC. And I got bugged very little, and I was able to keep an eye on the business. I wasn't able to do the full 90 days disappear, but I've had friends that have done that, but I was able to run the business. And, I got very few phone calls. Unfortunately, I was at Oktoberfest, and Curtis called me at like noon his time, 9 o'clock my time in Munich during Oktoberfest. How did that call go, Curtis? So, but it was a sales call, so he had to talk to me. But most of the time, the vast majority of the time I was fully disconnected because of what we can do. And that is where you need to get to as a business, and where, if you've got the right stuff in place, it can help you. And I don't want to sit down and talk things like MFA and threat, zero, threat things and all the IT stuff. That stuff's boring, and we don't have to anymore because you want to be able to protect your business. That's where Randy comes in. Who are the other insurance people? Yeah, okay. You guys do our job for us now as far as talking the boring stuff, right? I don't have to go out and talk multi-factor. I don't have to talk zero trust, managed detection and response enough, because you guys are demanding that people get it done, right? And why are you guys demanding that people get it done? Because what happens when they do get hit? And have you seen people that have been like on the cusp of selling their business get hit? Yeah, what happens? Is it bad? It's bad. All of a sudden you're not buying the sailboat? Yeah, because you probably lose some of your clients when that happens. You lose some of your revenue. You lose your documentation. And so I think that's where you got to make sure that you've got the security in place, the processes in place, the stuff that IT affords you. We don't want to be an expense. We realize that clients think that we're just this big stinking expense because, I was cheap when I was on Craigslist 21 years ago. And there's a bunch of those guys around, but I couldn't secure the stuff like we want to. But instead of an expense, we're, the IT, whoever you use, and there's some good guys in town that do this stuff, but make sure your stuff is solid so that when you're looking at that exit a year, 2, 3 down the road, Because how long should they be looking at it, Rob?
5, 10 years.
5, 10 years. Oh, I got to start prepping. So, but you don't want to lose the business. You don't want to get crushed 4 years into that, lose everything, lose all your data and stuff, and all of a sudden your business goes from $10 million to $2 million, right? And then all of a sudden you got to go get a job again. So, but that's it. Is that all my time? My wrist is buzzing. Oh, if you want some more interesting stuff, so you got Curtis back there. He's shooting a video. The reason why John thought that Curtis was the owner of the business is because he was the one on YouTube all the time. So then I got jealous after John told me that. So now I'm on YouTube. I do Cyber Saturdays every Saturday except for last Saturday. And we try to keep it entertaining at a high level, like 2-3 minutes. Curtis does tech tips every Tuesday. And he's on stuff like, what do you do about the ribbon bar on Word? What did Microsoft do, and how do you fix that? How do you use Teams to better run your business? If you go out to YouTube and search for Colorado Computer Support, there you'll find our channel, and we post stuff all the time, great informational stuff. And so if you've watched all of Netflix, all of Tiger King, all that other stuff, and you're looking for something else to watch, there's 350 some odd videos now, so you could watch it for days. So, all right, thanks. All right.
Blake, thank you very much.
Yeah, and good luck with your businesses.